Hello everybody, it's Andrew Hutchings here. Still not a licensed physician, still not liking this camera angle, so I'm gonna change it. Just like I'm gonna change the licensed physician part, even though I don't like most of them. This video is about some side effects or some consequences of typically heavy opiate or opioid use. Doesn't really matter if they're opiates, natural from the opium poppy, or whether they're opioids made in a lab like fentanyl. Only difference is it's a lot easier to heavily use fentanyl than it is to heavily use morphine or to heavily use codeine. Pretty impossible to heavily use codeine. But let's get past the semantics. So, very much connected to opiates or opioids, pain activity is their pro-inflammation activity. They release lots of histamines, and I think they also cause inflammation through other mechanisms, but this video isn't about going through all the mechanisms in which they work. It's getting to the bottom line, which is they cause a lot of inflammation. Blood vessels get a lot bigger, membrane permeability increases, fluids can go from one place to another very easily. Fluids can leak. And then on top of this, opioids slow down and decrease your muscle twitching, contractions. So now, not only do you have a lot of inflammation and fluids that are just going all from cells to other, not where they're supposed to be, and just going all throughout your body, but your muscles, which normally pump fluids, like imagine you're in a pool and you put your hand on the top of the water, you squeeze it, you can squirt water out, because when you squeeze, it pumps things through. Your muscles are normally pumping those things. So if fluids start to accumulate in your lower extremities and you go on a walk, it pumps the fluids back up, and then your heart pumps them back down, and your legs pump them back up. But what happens if you're using a lot of opioids? Well, this is going to happen whether you're using them or not. If you're just sedentary all day, not getting a lot of muscle contractions, but even when you're not moving, your muscles are still contracting. But if you're using opioids, they're contracting a lot less. So now your body can't pump the fluids as much as it would like to. And on top of that, remember I said cell permeability is really increased. So those fluids are able to leak out of cells and spaces and go all over the place. So while it could be due to other things, you can actually tell if somebody's a heavy opioid user by looking at their calves and their feet and their ankles. It will start with the feet, spread to the ankles, and